you've got something as powerful as any of those gadgets that cost like thousands of pounds. Well, AudioHire, that's quite an old company actually. They started in one form or another in about 1992, and then eventually I went on to buy the company when they were about to sell it. So yeah, 2014 I took it over and I made it more of a corporate, doing corporate AV, so doing more events. And then the pandemic hit, which was unfortunate. And just everything stopped, everything cancelled. So I'd been working with other people doing video streaming, and I thought lots of people kept talking about virtual events. And the way out I saw was to invest whatever I had, any personal money and any money I could get out of the company. Started buying camera equipment, extra computers, streaming gear, and then just spent a few months testing stuff, learning the skills. Yeah, we've now sort of started putting that as our main criteria is doing virtual events. This is where I've been doing a lot of remote stuff, and streaming a funeral or a wedding ceremony or any sort of, or a speech, corporate speeches where they want to do it in the middle of nowhere. There's no electricity and there's no internet, so I've been trying out different 4G routers, like little battery powered routers and dongles with some 4G accounts, which have been okay. If you find a good place in the middle of London, usually you don't have a problem with 4G signal. But it's trial and error. Sometimes one router will work and one won't, different accounts. And then someone on Facebook said to me, have you tried Speedify? Because I'd seen all these bonding routers, these hardware routers, but I've sort of seen limitations in those, and not only that with the limitations, but they're like £1,000, for this box that you can only put 2 dongles in. But someone said to me, try Speedify, and I gave it a go. And just for fun, I thought I would give it a good spanking. So I put in an Ethernet with a home broadband on it, and then I put in a router. I use a MacBook Pro, which has got all these connections. So Wi-Fi was from one 4G dongle, and then I used another router, which was via a USB to Ethernet, and that was 4G. So and then my phone as well, I put on USB. I just chucked through on all of these connections. Then I started doing the speed test, and it was ridiculous. It was just like, it was faster than the home broadband. I'd sort of been studying the way that it bonds, and it's been great, and I will now always use it for, I won't rely on a company to have good broadband. I will use their broadband, and I'll also use all my dongles as well. And I've just bought a 5G router, which, if that will work as well, that just makes things much more solid. And I couldn't believe it. It just works with the MacBook. So I use the MacBook as the internet. So I've got a dedicated Mac that I use for internet. And then what I do is I share that out to things like Ecamm Live, and Wirecast and Livestream Studio. So I use different platforms for different types of job. I only got a couple of battery, like 2 or 3 battery powered dongles, getting a little bit of 4G, and I chuck my phone in as well. It gets you enough to do an HD stream. The failover I found on Speedify is great. I tried, when I was experimenting with it, I tried all sorts of different things. Like I'd do like a test stream, and I'd do pulling plugs out just to see if it would fail, just trying to make it fail. All I could do, I've never got total failure from it. I've tried my hardest to break it. I've really tried to make it not work, because you want to be able to be prepared for anything that could fail. I can't make it not work. Peace of mind. If you're doing a job where if the internet fails, you're going to look like an absolute gherkin, then I think it's good to have that peace of mind. You've got something as powerful as any of those gadgets that cost like thousands of pounds, and that's what because at the moment AudioHire is skint. We're scrabbling around trying to make some money, trying to survive, and Speedify has just made that possible, and it's given that peace of mind to be able to handle things like remote celebrations, remote speeches, anything where there's no internet